What's going on, guys? blinkFRO here, and today is another week since last week. Obviously, April 4th was last week when they revealed the round 3 participants, the round 3, the players that advanced to round 3 in the Madden 13 cover votes. And since it is a week since then, like I said, obviously, today is April 11th, they have revealed the semifinalists. So you got Cam Newton beating out Larry Fitzgerald 70 to 30%. Patrick Willis surprisingly beating out Victor Cruz 55 to 45%. I thought for sure Victor Cruz was going to win that one by a lot, and he lost by 10%. I just figured since he was a breakout player, usually the breakout players have all the hype behind them. But a lot of people like Patrick Willis, I guess. I really didn't care either way. I would have liked either one of them on the cover. But the fact that Patrick Willis made it makes it pretty sweet because he's the only defensive player left. Then you got Aaron Rodgers beating out Ray Rice by only 10%, which is kind of a surprise. I thought Aaron Rodgers might win by more since the Green Bay Packers are one of the top favorite NFL teams of all time. You can't even tell me that if you took the top 5 teams rated by, who has the biggest fan base, the Packers wouldn't be one of them. Definitely over the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens would be in the top 5. Maybe top 10, maybe top 15. And then you have Calvin Johnson beating out Rob Gronkowski, which isn't really a surprise. I thought it might have been a little bit closer than that because Gronkowski had a breakout year, and like I said, usually the breakout players have all the hype coming up behind them, and he's on the Patriots, and the Patriots have a pretty big fan base. But it's nice to see Calvin Johnson advance. So here we go. I really wasn't planning on doing this video, but I had a good handful of people, actually a lot of people, most people said they wanted me to do a vote or a video for the semifinals and the finals, I guess, to kind of remind you guys. So here we go. Cam Newton versus Patrick Willis. Who I think's going to win this? Cam Newton. Who I want to win this? Patrick Willis. I do like Cam Newton a lot, but I have to give it up to the underdog, the 11th seed over the number 1 seed. The underdog being he is a defensive player, and tell me, if the cover was just this picture right here, tell me that wouldn't look sexy. I mean, come on. Cam Newton, quarterbacks are so boring, they're always on the cover. It'd be nice to see Patrick Willis with the new 49ers uniforms, new as of, 2-3 years ago, where they went to the old retro kind of look. So I'm going to vote for Patrick Willis over Cam Newton. I know Cam Newton's going to win. If Patrick Willis wins this, I don't know how it's going to happen. And then you have Aaron Rodgers versus Calvin Johnson. Now, if you guys have watched my other videos, you know that I'm a diehard Green Bay Packers fan. And the Lions are in the same division as the Packers. But because there's the whole maybe Madden curse thing, I don't really believe in it too much. I just think it's funny how if you look at all the cover athletes, there's either something wrong with them or wrong with their team. Even if it was just the tiniest little thing, because everyone's always going to find the tiniest little excuse to be like, oh, he had the Madden curse. If Aaron Rodgers were to win this and then, lose in the playoffs, they'd be like, oh, yeah, he lost in the playoffs because he was on the cover. It's like, no. He lost because he lost. But anyways, this is really tough. I would like to see Aaron Rodgers on the cover. A lot, actually. And I really, 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 really want to vote for him. But part of me just wants to see Calvin Johnson on the cover. I don't know why. I like Aaron Rodgers. I like the Packers more than Calvin Johnson, more than the Detroit Lions. But for some reason, I just really want to see Calvin Johnson on the cover. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win this matchup. Maybe. No, actually, if he only beat out Ray Rice by 10%, I think Calvin Johnson's going to win this matchup. So I'm going to vote for Calvin Johnson. Megatron, he really deserves it. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a top 3 quarterback. You have to give me that. You have to give him that. But I'm going to go ahead and vote for Calvin Johnson. I'm sorry to all you Packers fans. I'm sorry to all you Aaron Rodgers fans. I kind of just betrayed my favorite team there. But I don't know. I want to see Calvin Johnson on the cover. And, I think people are going to vote against Rodgers because they don't want to see him on the cover. Only because they are Packers fans. I don't know. That's just an excuse I'm making up right now. So I voted for Patrick Willis and Calvin Johnson. And if I had to choose between them two right now, I don't know who I would pick. So I might save that for next video. But like I said, Cam Newton's probably going to win, and Calvin Johnson's probably going to win. So it's going to be that. It's going to come down between Cam Newton and Calvin Johnson. I'm pretty sure you'll know who I'm going to pick, since I only voted for one of them to go into the finals. But I hope this video, I guess, reminded you that the cover vote bracket has advanced today, and you have a week to vote for the finalists. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and tune in next time.